Hey everyone, Jason Jacoby here with your Friday edition of the Closing Bell. Hope you all had a wonderful week. So let's dive right into it. Market recap. First of all, Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ all snapped a 3-week losing streak. Always good to hear on a Friday, right? Dow Jones finished the week up over 1.5%. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ finished above 2.5%. So a great week for the markets. There has been some big news as of yesterday. I'm sure everyone has known the Queen of England, the Queen of the United Kingdom, Queen Elizabeth II has passed away as of yesterday. Very sad news. I know the whole world is mourning. She was a lovely person from everything I've read about her. So that's the big news as of this week. A lot of things being postponed or put off in order to honor her. Now we have King Charles III stepping into the throne for the United Kingdom. So that's this week's big news outside of the markets. Also some big commentary and talk about inflation, right? Good news is core inflation and energy consumables. The inflation numbers have started to come down, which is fantastic. We're trending in the right direction. However, more than likely, the Fed this month will also raise rates by another 75 basis points, which would be the third in a row, I believe. So that's quite a heavy and steep rate hike. But according to Fed Chair Jerome Powell, that is needed. So we'll see if they end up doing that. Most people think it's going to be 75 basis points, could be 50 basis points as well, but more than likely it's going to be 75. My big concern with this, so a little bit of backstory on rates when they increase rates, right? So a lot of people think, when the Fed raises rates, that effect is immediately felt in the economy. That's not the case. It takes a couple of months for those rate hikes to trickle into the economy. So my big concern and our big concern here at Boyer Financial is the fact that the economy is already slowing down. You're already seeing a lot of big companies. In fact, over 270 times in S&P 500 earnings calls with their corporate executives was the word recession mentioned. They're all starting to lay off employees, unfortunately, which is obviously hard for the workers and the employees and their families. So obviously, hearts go out to them, but companies are trying to trim the fat per se and run a lean, mean operating machine. So they're starting to already lay off workers. Unemployment claims have already started to rise. Unemployment jumped from 3.5 to 3.7%. That doesn't seem like a huge jump, but again, the economy is contracting. It's continuing to slow down. So our concern, going back to that, is when you raise rates too quickly and aggressively, and you don't let that get into the economy and see how that's going to play out, you could spell for more of a disaster, for a deeper recession. So again, not saying that's going to happen. It's something we're watching and concerned about. But that's just our thoughts here is we need to watch that. And hopefully the Fed doesn't continue to aggressively raise rates like they are, because the economy is already starting to slow down. It already has been slowing down. So hopefully they take the foot off the gas a little bit. European news, same thing. Russia's cut off the Nord Stream pipeline to Europe, trying to freeze them out for winter. No pun intended there. But basically, there is a lot of potential issues going on in Europe. Again, they're probably, if already in a severe recession, if not going into one or tipping into one. Got a new UK Prime Minister as well. I think her name is Liz Truss. And so that's going to be interesting to see how she handles this situation. I know they're already trying to put a cap on utilities expenses, which will help families and companies over there who would be exposed to an 80% projected increase in utilities prices. So again, that's something to watch. A lot of good opportunity and value in investment space, not only in Europe, but mainly here. People are flooding into the US markets. It's a great time to get in and buy and continue to buy, especially after the markets we've had this year, worst markets we've seen in a long time. So there's no better place in the world than to invest in American companies. It's ingenuity. and the hardworking American people. So best free market economy in the world. So anyway, my name is Jason Jacoby. Again, Friday's closing bell. You all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.